Read it.
Search your name in the other person's messages. Do we have to do this?
I'll do it.
Seconds? Okay.
Damn, look at she deleting messages. Wait, you deleting stuff?
Go ahead. And we're only going to take 10 seconds to look for you.
No.
Okay. What to say about that?
Well, I guess I think you know what I was gonna say. So how much do you guys talk?
I feel there.
How much do you guys talk? Well, I'm back.
She's not sorry she cheated. She's sorry the video leaked. That betrayal permanently scarred the guy and killed his ability to ever trust again. One selfish decision, one lifetime of damage. That's the modern woman special.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody. I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live? How would we split the time with the kids? I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. That is the reason why I have not left. Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old, I'm a mom of 3, and I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself or you don't love me for who I am isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day.
Exploring my sexuality, Hawkins slept with half the city. The old truth stays undefeated. Men sacrifice their happiness for family. Women sacrifice family for their happiness. Facts don't care about feelings.
A man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, and a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness.
I don't believe that.
That's deep.
Because you guys are the men.
No, because it happened to me in real life.
I think it's, listen, this is hard for you to accept it because I don't think, I think you would be different.
You're good. But my mom left when I was like 1 or 2.
See, that gives me chills.
She
like,
disappeared.
Thinking about that.
Not disappeared, but like she was wanting to like go do young people stuff and go party and stuff like that. Well, my dad had to, go to work and take care of me. She did come back eventually, but that's picking happiness over her family.
It gave me like chills.
Why?
I don't know. It's sad to think about. A man would sacrifice his happiness for his family. A woman would sacrifice her family for her happiness.
Society drills into men. Do what's right. Society drills into women. Do what's right for you. That single difference explains 90% of today's dating disaster.
There was a guy I interviewed, and he married a Christian woman. No kids, not overweight. They have 2 children together. One day he comes home. The wife has filed a temporary restraining order on him. He's kicked out of his house. No trial, no evidence, no nothing. He has to wait. It's during COVID, so he has to wait a year and a half to even get to see his children. And by the time he gets to court, the mom's been in the kid's ear saying how terrible of a person he is. Now they go to court and they say to him, well, you haven't been in the kid's life for a year and a half, even though she lied about the abuse and they figured that out in court. This man had, and I saw his court documents, text evidence that this woman was planning to do this to him. In the year, he still had to pay the mortgage on the house. He still had to pay child support in that year and a half period. He hasn't seen his kid. Michael, they live a mile from him. Because can you imagine going through that? I've interviewed so many men that I would not be surprised if they committed suicide.
False accusations, destroyed reputations, kids taken away. This is why no man with options is signing marriage papers anymore. She should be in prison, not on TikTok, crying for sympathy.
Men will keep doing for other people what's appreciated. They need to be appreciated a lot. So much of what stops happening is because we expect them to do it. And so we think they don't deserve appreciation for doing something they just should do. So we don't appreciate them.
A man can survive without love, but never without respect. Men will burn themselves to keep the family warm. Women will burn the family to keep themselves warm. Choose your partner accordingly.
Let's see what Ray has to say. The modern American woman is lost. You women, 99% of you want Brad Pitt, and then get mad when a regular guy looks at you at a bar, a park, or a church. Anyway, the prize is overseas, away from the disaster women we men have in America. Passport bros. We are going to the Philippines and countries where traditional women still exist now. Please go. Go for it, Ray. I mean, let's warn them first. I love that modern women just means women who won't submit. Ray is super mad that he can't control women anymore, and it is ruining his day. As far as what men look like, of course we want to be attracted to them in the same way that you want to be attracted to a woman. But we certainly don't need them to look like Brad Pitt or Hugh Jackman or Henry Cavill. What we want is for them to have good character and to be kind, to not need to control a woman, to not have angry outbursts, to be a safe place for us physically and emotionally.
The juice is officially not worth the squeeze. Drama, entitlement, betrayal, and zero peace. Hard pass.
I'm fairly confident that I could show this image to the entire world. I think they picked the girl on the left as more attractive.
Really? Okay, let's say the black girl, she dressed up with like the same outfit as the other one, and she did her hair, like the lighting really didn't hit her face. Can you even see like half of her face? And she has a nice smile. She's not ugly. Like I feel like we're judging her based.
Men roast each other all day and still have each other's back. Women fake compliment and secretly hate each other. That's why female friendships are surface-level war zones.
Is dating today, in your opinion, harder than it's ever been?
I was friends with my boyfriend before we started dating, and I feel like that's a more natural transition than like seeing features on your screen and trying to make a decision based on like a list of things.
People just try and avoid things because I think they're scared to say things straight up.
One red flag and you're kind of like, oh, I could go find somewhere else. You don't need to have one person when you could have like 5.
Honestly, I don't know. I've had really bad luck. So everything. Like, I've been treated like shit.
I think a big part of it is because of social media.
People see a lot. They exposed to a lot. They're always looking for better, 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 better.
Everyone is always looking for the best thing, and they always think something else is around the corner, and you almost have too much access to too many people.
Everyone is busy finding the perfect person instead of becoming the person someone would kill to keep. Fix yourself first or stay single forever.
Dating in 2025, you got to ask the question, are you single, or do you still share a dog with your ex, single? Are you talking to 10 other people, single? Are you technically still married, single? Are you single and not ready to mingle because you're still healing from a breakup, single? Which one is it?
After my divorce, every woman who approached me only wanted resources, money, kids, weddings, free rent. Not one wanted actual partnership. They saw a walking ATM, not a human being.
When I interviewed the 1,000 women, I realized how often women lied about abuse. The women would say they were abused, and I would say, okay, how were you abused? I would ask them like 10 questions, and they would their story would fall apart. Now, if these women are all lying about this, what does that mean about like the general population?
Narcissistic women call it abuse the moment you stop letting them control you. Millions of men are silently abused and afraid to speak because society says real men don't cry.
Everyone's going to hate me for saying this because I strongly believe in the masculine and feminine dynamic.
Yeah.
Women are here to be women. Our physiology is such. It doesn't mean we need to be locked up in the house and not allowed to do anything. No, that's not what I mean by being feminine. We spiritually take care of men. And men, when they're in the protector-provider space, they also thrive.
Why would any man provide and protect someone who refuses to match his energy and spirit? Both sides have to meet halfway, or it's just slavery with extra steps.
Why do you think women, especially modern women today, are labeled delusional?
Well, as a man, if you're a loser, there's an immediate feedback that you're a loser. The world lets you know
Your peers don't respect you. Girls don't look at you. You're virtually invisible. So you get negative ramifications for your inadequacies. But as a woman, you don't experience that. It's not until a guy like me comes along and says, you're stupid, or that's not right, or whatever, or challenges you on your viewpoints, which, let's be honest here, most guys are going to do that because they're trying to get laid. It's not until that happens that they kind of wake up. And even if it does happen, they're going to go out and say, you're just a misogynist, write you off, and walk away. So women don't necessarily get negative consequences for poor behavior or poor decisions until later on in life. But I've always said women typically don't wake up until they're buying their own drinks at the bar.
Women are professionally defensive and allergic to accountability. Courts need to stop babying them and start treating them like adults.
It's not a
But I want a partnership, though.
question for you. Do you want a man that's taller than you? Idealistically speaking?
Ideally, probably, because I like to wear heels. I like to be thin.
Fantastic. Do you want a guy that's stronger than you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want a guy that's more confident than yourself?
Yeah.
More experienced than yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, you basically described the superior. So you expect this guy to come in and have a partnership with you?
She wants the man to have everything and pay for everything while screaming the relationship is equal. That mental gymnastics deserves an Olympic gold.
Women can feel one way in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and then in their 50s take half of your shit and your children. And I've seen it. Because I just have interviewed too many men on the other side that have been sold a bill of goods by Christian women that know how to rebrand themselves. And then 10 years, 20 years, there's no such thing as a Christian woman in divorce court.
There's no such thing as a Christian woman in divorce court. The mask comes off the second money and custody are on the table.
Stop leaving the light on. If you're the last person to leave, turn it off. I can't see anything. It would help if the porch light was on.
Even the most average 5 out of 10 woman genuinely believes she deserves a tall, rich male model. Delusion levels are clinically insane.
If you're not 6 foot or make 6 figures, women don't want you. We all know dating has become increasingly difficult due to the inflation of female standards. With the amount of options women have on social media and dating apps, it has severely skewed the perception of what is desired and attainable. But as a nearly 6 foot man, multi-6-figure earner, handsome, no kids, and under 30, we can have preferences too. For example, I prefer a woman who is 5'5" to 5'7". I prefer a woman who makes at least $60,000 a year. I prefer a woman who is educated and comes from a good family background. Now, I've earned the right to have these preferences, but the issue is that most women have not. That's like a guy who smokes weed all day in his mom's basement saying that he deserves a Playboy model. You're delusional. And for the woman with delusional standards, I guarantee you that the husband that you will one day settle for is nothing like the Prince Charming you imagined.
She doesn't want a boyfriend. She wants a platinum card with legs. Ignore these parasites and level up alone.
It's got to be above 6'2". My last 2 boyfriends were 6'3", both of them. And they were jacked, and they looked really good. How am I supposed to downgrade from that? So, unfortunately, my next man will have to be 6'2" and up. Number 2, you can't have a gut. I need you built. I need you fit and going to the gym multiple times a week. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to date a fat guy. If I can be in the gym 5 days a week and be fit and care about how I look, you can do it. Number 3, he cannot have a salary cap. Whatever career he's in, he needs to have multiple streams of income, and we need to be able to make as much money as possible. That's why I will never date a guy who works in corporate. What is your 100K salary cap going to do for me? The max you'll ever be able to get to is 150? Yeah, no, we're good. I need you in a career that is going to make us money. I am a lover of luxury. I like expensive things. I like expensive vacations. So will you, if you're my man. So we need a career that can support that.
Women are professional consumers. Time, money, attention, energy, peace. Everything gets drained and nothing gets refilled.
A question that I would ask you then is what is your dating life?
I don't have a dating life.
So you don't date?
No.
You have a perspective about who you want to marry? Do you intend to get married?
I do. I do intend to get married and have kids.
So where are you at on that?
I'm trying to get prepared for that mentally.
What does that mean? You're 26 years old.
I like my life. I like being single. I like being a guy. I like what I like. I like reading books. I like doing my show. I'm a pretty antisocial person. And it's a big adjustment for a man to go from having a life where you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want, unaccountable everything like that, to then you have to be roommates with women and children. It's a totally different lifestyle. And for someone like myself, I'm a pretty eccentric and, kind of out there person. I don't have a regular sleep schedule. I'm awake all night. I'm asleep all day. And my sleep schedule's moving around all the time. I like to go out on drives all the time. The idea of my wife sending me out the door, okay, be home by 10, call me and tell me where you're going. Or, I go on a trip. I got to get the car seats and buy all the plane tickets and stuff like that. It's kind of cramping my style.
Women are not competing with other women. They're competing with men's peace. And that's what he's saying. He's saying, and this is how a lot of Gen Z guys feel. It's not that a lot of them are sexless, right? A lot of them, it's not that they have another choice of a woman to date if someone comes in, but you're competing with silence. And women that don't understand men have no idea how much energy they spend, and they don't appreciate how much energy they spend just being around us and listening to our problems. They don't get it.
Never play games with a man who's comfortable alone. The second you threaten his peace, he's gone and never looks back. High-value men choose solitude over drama every single time. Thanks for watching The Male Imperium. As always, we're looking forward to your support, so please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.